You're listening to Central Hip Hop Hour with Gabe Schall and Nate Havrilla. Starting now.
It is Triple H Hip Hop Hour on the beat, where we talk all things hip hop. I'm Nate Havrilla.
And I'm Gabe Schall. Today we're talking about one of the most anticipated albums in hip hop recently, and that's Playboi Carti's Music. We're going to be talking about just the general build-up, rollout, release of it. Then we're going to be going track by track for a full review of the album. And at the end, we're going to give it a score and talk about where we think it fits into Carti's discography. Let me fix this real quick. I hate this thing. All right, I guess I'll just lean down a little bit. All right, so starting out, Music, this has been an album like 4 years in the making pretty much. The last album we got from Carti was Whole Lotta Red, December 2020. It was a Christmas gift to us all.
Yes.
And last time, on our last episode, you said it was one of your favorite albums of all time.
Yeah, it is. First listen, I know a lot of albums now are discussed to have that Whole Lotta Red effect where first listen, everyone hated it, talked about how bad it was, but over time, people became big fans, and that's how I was. First listen, I remember sitting there, like, staying up for the album, sitting there and being like, what is this album? And thinking it was a joke. And then, like, a couple months later, I told some friends, like, yeah, it's starting to really grow on me, and it just got more and more to the point where I would just sit in class on days where I was about to fall asleep and just listen to the album full through while I did homework. So yeah, it's one of my favorite albums ever. It actually, it did a lot for me. And so this was an album that I was really, really anticipating, especially with, his entire rollout and release. I mean, I think since the day after he dropped Whole Lotta Red, he would be like, deluxe on the way.
I got more music coming soon. And then it didn't end up happening until 4 years later. We got one single in 2024. Well, we got one officially released single, and then a bunch of like songs dropped on Instagram and YouTube.
Yep.
Starting with You're the Moon, or
You're the Moon.
You're the Moon, and it's called Different Day Now.
Yeah.
And then we got 2024, and I was like, okay, this album's actually about to come out.
Yeah.
And then it didn't actually come out until a whole year later.
Yeah.
It was a very weird rollout. Like, I remember the absolute like energy surrounding Carti when he was doing those initial singles at the beginning of 2024.
Yeah.
And I was like, he would be crazy not to capitalize on this.
Yeah.
But I think I don't think he had the album done at that point.
Probably not.
If he did, he probably would have released it. Either that, or he had it done and backtracked and changed his mind, wasn't ready to drop it anymore. It's really hard to tell because he doesn't communicate with his fans about his music making process or anything like that. So it's hard to tell why it didn't come out then, but there's a pretty long hiatus where we just heard nothing, and then we got All Red, which is okay.
Yeah, I didn't even like save it or anything. I wasn't a huge fan of the message in it, and it just, compared to all of the other songs he was releasing, it wasn't even close to those.
Yeah. I don't know why he decided to put that on streaming over like some of the amazing songs that he dropped on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
But whatever. We're here now. We got the album. There were still some hiccups on the day it was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out at midnight, like most songs do, or most albums do. Then he said, it's going to come out in midnight Pacific time. Midnight Pacific time passes. It's still not out. Turns out he's actively mixing and mastering the album when it was supposed to already be out. But, it came out 8 a.m. that morning. We have it.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's dive into it. First song, Pop Out. Pretty crazy intro.
Yeah, personally, I don't think it was a good intro song. I mean, you have Crush, the song after, which I think would have fit a lot better in the intro slot. But
yeah, it felt like kind of a repeat of like Rockstar Made from Whole Lotta Red, like just immediately throwing you into that insane energy. But I wouldn't say that, like, there are definitely, like, rage songs on this album, but Pop Out is, like, probably the most intense.
Yeah.
And it has grown on me. Like, when I first heard it, I was like, this is destroying my ears.
Yeah.
And I think they might have, like, updated the mixing on it, because I don't think it's as bad anymore. But, yeah, I mean, he has a lot of energy on it. I don't know if it's, like, because I feel like an intro track should be more representative of the whole album, and I don't think this is.
I agree. You know, if it was Whole Lotta Red, it would, just because that album was so focused on that rage appeal. But yeah, I don't think Pop Out represents the album almost whatsoever. It's almost a completely different vibe from the whole album. I feel like I don't even know if there is another rage song really like that on the whole album. So
definitely not that intense. Like, I felt like, again, this is just like an extension of that Whole Lotta Red sound, and I don't know. I think it's okay. It's a solid song.
Yeah,
you know, it'll go crazy live, and I know that's what he was going for. At the end of that song, there's like an outro, like that sounds like something you'd hear on like a Yeet album or something, like very like high production value, and that's not really something we've heard on like a Carti album before.
No.
And when I heard that, I was like, okay, like, is this gonna be like a cohesive album, like tracks are transitioning into each other? Because we've never gotten that on a Carti album. Like, it's like one sound to a next.
So,
but it didn't transition into anything. Nope. Like, it sounded like it was going to, but then it didn't. And then we don't really get any other transitions like that. Like, I think there's maybe one or two, and they just feel out of place.
Yeah. It was just a really weird song to have as an intro. It shouldn't have been the intro.
Yeah. And then going into Crush, which is also, I think, unlike anything else on the album, which makes it kind of a weird track. But it's pretty crazy. Like, really, really interesting sound.
I think it was really well produced. It was almost like a show off to show the production value. I mean, you have Filthy and Travis Scott on the production there. Yeah. It's going to be a really well produced song. I was a little bit disappointed because he had kind of leaked the song a little bit, like previewed it in one of, like, he took a video of him like playing with his like computer with the song on it with some of his friends. And me and my friends were really excited to see what he was going to do with it, and we were a little bit let down. We just wanted more actual rap rather than ad-libs on it, but I still think it was a good song.
I think it's a good song. I think it's more about, like, the journey than the destination with that. People like Carti and Travis really like to capture a vibe and just sort of hold on to it. I think, like, in albums like Utopia and stuff, Travis definitely did a better job with, like, actually making, like, a good beat drop and having all that build up pay off. With something like this, again, it's just more about the journey. I don't think there's, like, a very satisfying, like, beat drop or anything, but I think Carti gave a solid verse on it. I think Travis could have gone crazy on this if he, like, actually wanted to. But he didn't, and that's kind of, like, I feel like a theme with this album is that there's, like, really good ideas, but somehow after 4 years it still kind of feels like this was a bit rushed out. But moving on to another song, K-Pop, the next track, what do you think about this one? This was one of the singles, right?
Yeah, it was. It was under a different name that I'm unsure if I can say on the radio.
Probably shouldn't.
But I really liked it when it came out. It wasn't one of my favorites, but I think that those songs that he was dropping on those platforms were at such a high level that it was still a great song.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it, and I was happy that it made it onto the album. You know, we saw a couple of, like, I was really hoping for 2024 on the album.
Yeah, I'm sad that one didn't make it.
And Backrooms too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Backrooms was. I mean, we'll get more into Travis's part on this album as we go on, but I think Backrooms is, like, one of their best collabs ever.
Agreed.
And it's such an insane beat, and just to see it not make the album is so weird. But yeah, K-pop, I think it was solid.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's called K-pop. I don't think it's anything super special, but it's a solid, like, modern Carti song. But moving on to the next track, Evil Jordan. You said during our last episode that this was one of your favorite tracks of the year. What do you think about this album version?
The intro.
The intro. It's a hot topic of discussion.
I just wish it wasn't a minute long. I thought the transition with Popular was cool. I had seen him do it in concert and thought it was super cool. I just thought it was kind of a concert thing. But I feel like they could have just approached it a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. Like I was saying with the outro on Pop Out, it just feels out of place, you know? And you have this album that has more of like a mixtape sound to it. Like you're jumping between so many different sounds, and then you have these Swamp Izzo tags throughout the entire thing. I was like, that's a cool idea. Like, why mix that with like a minute-long song intro, like cinematic song intro that doesn't really fit the sound of the album at all? Sounds like something you'd hear in like a TikTok edit, and then you have like this really like out of place, really loud like gunshot sound effect that brings you into the beat, and it's kind of jarring, and like I don't know, it just feels really out of place. But the actual song itself, I don't know, I didn't listen to the original version that much. Is it changed at all?
No,
Okay.
It's the exact same one. And like I said, I was a huge fan of it. When I saw that it was on the album, I was super happy. But I just wish, even if they just went like the little Popular part and then the beat like the da 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 and then the beat drop immediately like after that, it would have been so much better. But the fact that they had to have like that 45-second long, just a
little overdone, overproduced.
I agree.
I think it's a solid song. Really really hard beat. I think his rapping is really good on it.
It really fits his style, I would say.
Yeah. Moving on to another song, I think this was like leaked or teased at some point, because I've seen a lot of people talking about how this song didn't used to have Kendrick on it, and now it does. Yeah. And what was your reaction to hearing Kendrick on this for the first time? Because I was not expecting a Kendrick and Carti collab.
Yeah. I was really surprised when I first saw he released the features on his Instagram the day before, and there was no Kendrick. There was a blocked off name, which now we know is Kendrick, but we had no idea. I heard some talk that he would be on the album, but I just didn't believe it, because Carti and Kendrick are like the opposite sides of the spectrum.
Absolutely, yeah. And so it was really interesting to think about how they would fit together. And this first song is like our first dose of it, where Kendrick's just on the ad-libs, like kind of hyping him up, like something we might have seen on like the Melodic Blue with Baby Keem. Do you think it worked?
I think it worked. I think the start was a little bit weird, where he was like, yeah, Carti, give me that futuristic alien. Like, I was like, all right, like we're doing too much. But when it gets into the actual song, I think Carti, it really fit well with like, he did really handle that like futuristic, like extraterrestrial type of vibe. That really fit him, and I think Kendrick's ad-libs really fit on it. That's one thing that Kendrick's really good is with his ad-libs. Yeah. So I liked the song.
They had a surprising amount of chemistry. Honestly, I wish Kendrick rapped on it, because like I feel like he could have had a crazy flow on this beat. Yeah. But it didn't happen. That's okay. I think Carti went pretty crazy on this song.
I agree.
And they just had a really good amount of chemistry. This is a banger. I think a lot of people don't like it, but
I think a lot of people are too focused on that Kendrick intro that was just a little bit weird.
It's a little weird. It's a little goofy.
Yeah, but I think that's only like the first 10 seconds.
That's
of
the thing
song.
with Kendrick, is he really likes to experiment. Like he doesn't like to do the same thing on every song. Which I gotta respect him for. It's not always gonna work, but he tries stuff. Yeah,
and he had 3 total features on this album, and neither one of them was close.
Yeah,
to
they're
the
all
other
different, which is really impressive.
Yeah, I respect that. All right, moving on to Philly.
Yeah, we have an artist who we can't really say the same thing for, giving a varied amount of features, is Travis Scott. Travis is one of my favorite artists, but he's sort of reaching this point where a Travis feature used to mean something, you know? And now I feel like every time he hops on a song, like I'm kind of like, okay, this just sounds like something he would have done like 5 years ago.
Yeah, he just kind of went basic.
He did his standard thing. Like, he has a formula. And I feel like the biggest issue is he's borrowing from the same melodies that he uses like all the time. Like this 100% down to the beat sounds like something off of Huncho Jack, his collab album with Quavo. And I don't know, it's an okay song.
Yeah,
I don't think it's anything special
I agree.
at all.
It should have been a lot better. I mean, the beat was super nice. It actually came off of a Young Boy song. I believe it was Carter.
That's cool.
And I thought they could have just done a lot more with it. I mean, you have Carti and Travis on the same song. It should be an amazing song. And it was mediocre. Like, it was one of those songs that I'll listen to if I'm listening to the album, but I'll probably never really come back and focus on it. You know?
Yeah. Moving on to Radar, though, I think this is one of the highlights of the album. Absolutely insane.
Yes, I agree. The beat, Metro did his thing, for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. Isn't he? He's the only producer on that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He absolutely locked in. I don't know if I've ever really heard Carti on a beat like this, but this is another bag for him.
Yes.
Carti has so many different bags, and this is one that I was like, oh my gosh, like I hoped for more stuff like this on the album, and we didn't really get it, but like absolutely insane standout track.
Yeah, it was almost like when I heard the song, it was just like a really Chief Keef-esque beat.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of Chief Keef's album, the one, I can't remember the name of it, but it dropped in, I believe, 2021, and it was
I know which one you're talking about, with like the army men on the cover.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a crazy album.
Yes, I agree, and it was a great album, and this is exactly like how the beats were sounding on it. And when it came out, I was like, dang, like this is like
Carti's performance on this is really the craziest thing. Like, he is just bringing so much energy, and like his flow is just insane.
Yeah, I agree completely, and I think that he switched it up and showed his other talent on Rather Lie, the next song with The Weeknd. We'd seen, obviously, Timeless, a collaboration with The Weeknd, where they kind of both did their thing, song. They really meshed well together. And I had heard Rather Lie. They had performed it at some concert, and it was a really, really good song.
Yeah, it was one of my most anticipated songs for this album. I wasn't sure if it was going to come out because, like, it's just so different than everything else. But
exactly,
we got it. And I don't know, man.
I was a huge fan personally. It was exactly how it sounded in that clip that I heard, and I'm surprised that it hasn't already started to gain traction the same way that Timeless has.
Yeah, I think it sounds good, like, but it sounds like AI, man.
Really?
It sounds like AI to me, and like. Carti's worked with this guy, I can't remember his name, but basically what he does is he makes reference tracks, and then they put a Carti voice filter on it with AI, which, for demos, I don't think that's a horrible thing. I don't know how I feel about like someone writing an entire song for you and you just perform it, but I don't know. If you really listen to these vocals, like, people have isolated them and compared them to like the AI songs that people make with Carti, and it sounds like exactly the same. And I think like the vocals sound like really robotic, and like there's not like every Carti performance you get, like there's so much variation in the way that he says his words, whereas in this song, like everything sounds exactly the same. Yeah. And I don't think he's ever like given a performance like that ever before. And it just makes me suspicious of it, and like there's some words that sound really weird, and it just sounds like overly clean to me, and I can't get my head off of it every time I hear it now. Even the first time I heard it, I was like, this sounds a little weird, but once
I haven't even noticed that, but I'm definitely gonna have to check it out on my next listen. I hadn't seen anything like, obviously you have, like, I've seen things regarding him using AI in his songs, but I'd never seen anything specific about this song. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to re-listen, and I mean, I'm sure that you're right.
It's just kind of sad. I mean, you can't know for 100% for sure about any of this stuff, but it's sad that this is something that like you have to watch out for now. Yeah. And have to be concerned about. Yeah. Another reason I kind of believe it is because just Carti as an artist is not very honest to his fans. No. And I think one of the most dishonest things you can do as an artist is use AI for your vocals. So I wouldn't put it past him, to say the least.
No,
and
absolutely not.
it's really disheartening because at that point, what have you done on the song? Like, you haven't done anything. Someone else wrote it. You didn't even perform it. Someone else produced it. So, like, this isn't even your song, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
And I think there are some vocals on there that are him, but the majority of the song, I think, is AI, and that really just kills my enjoyment of it. And it's the same thing with the next song. We'll just call it Fine. Same thing. I think it's AI vocals.
Really. Like I said, I haven't even noticed that. I think it's an okay song. It's not really standout. It's not bad. Like I said, it's probably not a song that I would specifically listen to by itself. But if it's on the album, like I'll enjoy it. Like but
honestly, first listen, this is one of my favorite tracks. I thought it was like such a good vibe. But then like I listened a little bit closer and people did like the vocal isolation thing, comparing the songs, and I was like, dang, that's crazy. I couldn't even tell.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's the fact that people can't tell that really makes it concerning.
Yeah.
But moving past the AI stuff onto better things, Backdoor. We have our second Kendrick feature.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of this one?
I really liked this one. I really liked the melodic Kendrick on it.
Yeah.
The beat was really beautiful. I think that was where Jhené Aiko actually came in. It was her vocals on the beat, and I was a big fan of this one. I enjoyed it, and I thought that they mixed really well. I feel like the one we'll talk about later, Good Credit, it's a good song. I really enjoy it, but I wouldn't say they mixed as well on it as they did with Backdoor.
Yeah, I think this is another bag that Carti's found recently that we haven't really heard a lot from, and that's like Carti on like samples, like that like chopped up like soul sample almost, on this really like bouncy, like upbeat sounding production, and it's really fun. And then Kendrick on the hook, I think he did a pretty good job. A lot of people were hating on it because he's not the best singer, but I mean, I think it fit, and it made for one of the most unique Carti songs. Like, I don't think there's really anything else in his catalog that sounds like this.
I agree. I mean, there isn't, and I enjoyed it every single listen. I've came back to listen to it multiple times. So, yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah. Moving on to Toxic, we have another collab with Skepta. They've worked together before on Lean For Real, which is one of, like, the most like catchy Carti songs. I think
it's one of my favorite Carti songs ever.
Yeah,
I think
it's a really good one.
I think its beat might be one of my favorite beats of all time. Just
that's valid.
It feels so like free flowing, and it just feels like you're like summertime. You're driving. I still remember when I first found that. I think I just got my license, and it was just I loved it so much, and I still to this day always will love it. And I loved this song too. I thought it was one of the highlights of the album. I really liked Carti's hook on it. And I
think the hook is really solid on this one. Mm-hmm. I think Skepta had a really good verse.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of Carti's verse on this because I don't know if I like. See, Carti does so many different things with his voice. He has so many different voices that he uses, and one of the ones that he uses, and he uses it on this song, is like a pitch down voice that makes him sound like a lot like Future.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't think I'm a fan of it.
I'm a fan. I'm also a big Future fan, so I really liked it, and I thought that it was a good song. I do agree it's probably one of his worst voices in terms of like what he can do, but I still enjoy it, and I enjoyed the song. I mean, that Skepta verse was really good.
Skepta went crazy. Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of like British rapping, but Skepta, he's just so talented, man. He puts it all together so perfect, and always just sounds, and to sound that well with Carti as a British rapper that's just not really as similar vibe to Carti, I would say. I think he did a really good job.
Yeah, I definitely agree. All right, after this short break, we're going to cover the rest of the track list. Stay tuned.
Breaking news. A new Instagram follower record has been set.
Oh my god, this is the biggest day of my life. Beyonce? Kylie Jenner? Who was it?
Kylie who? It's WMHW-FM.
That's surprising.
Not to me, and surely not to our loyal listeners. Come get to know your favorite Central Michigan stations. Follow WMHW-FM on Instagram.
All right, we're back with the Central Hip Hop Hour talking about Playboi Carti's music. Let's keep going with the track list. We have Crank next. Or wait.
Munyon
Next, yeah. I wasn't crazy about this one.
No, this was one of the ones.
I think the beat sounds really bad.
I thought it was a miss, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's basically impossible to drop a 30-song album and not have a couple misses on it, and this is one of the misses in my opinion. I know there are some people that like it, but I just don't like his flow on it. I don't think it mixes well with the beat, and I just don't think the beat is as good as it could be, you know?
Yeah, and this one has another like cinematic outro on it. It's just like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
And then to have like that overproduced thing into this beat that has like the most distorted, like horrible sounding 808 on it. I don't know. That's my biggest beef with like the whole Opium sound, their label. There's him, Destroy Lonely, Ken Carson, and the whole sound that they go for is like these really constant distorted 808s over everything. And I think Carti does it better than everyone else on that label. Yeah. But this sounds like one of the songs that like I would hear on one of their albums, and I'm just not big on that stuff.
Yeah. But I'm a big fan of the label, I would say. I mean, I'm not a huge Destroy Lonely fan. I used to be a big Ken Carson fan, and they also have Homicide Gang on their label too, and I'm a big fan of theirs. But I don't think this song is good. Simple as that. It's
not good. But next one, Crank. I think this is crazy beat,
I really
crazy
like
flows.
Crank.
Yeah.
I know some of my friends haven't been big fans of it, but I don't know. I've always caught myself coming back to it. I think it's just a really good beat. I think he mixes really well with the song, and it's really well put together.
It's a crazy thing about Carti's music is how polarizing it is. Like I haven't seen anyone have the same opinion about this album. Like I'll see people that like say like my favorite song is like the worst song on the album. Yeah. And then what I think is the worst song on the album, they're like, this is like a masterpiece. Like I've never heard a song like this in my life. And I'm just like, okay, man. Like being able to create such different types of music in one album is really impressive, and having so many different opinions on it. I don't know if it's a good thing that people are so split on their opinions of this, but
and I think
that makes it interesting.
I think that's who Carti's became. I mean, you hear a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm big fans of Die Lit, and I'm big fans of Self-Titled. Whole Lotta Red was just where he kind of started to like split that audience, where it was just like, you had some people being like, oh, like me, like this is the best album, like it's so good. And then you have some people who think it's the most terrible album ever and don't think it should be even considered like an album. So I just think that's one thing about Carti is he's
willing to experiment and like not just go out of his comfort zone, but out of like the comfort zone of the industry. Because this album doesn't sound like anything else that's out right now. A whole lot of Red revolutionized like rage music. So he's definitely very bold. But like we were saying with a 30-track album, it's hard for it to all be good. Next song, Charge Them a Fee. Once again, I don't think it's that good.
Yeah, speaking of comfort zone, I mean, Travis and Future in here, it's just kind of like the most basic NPC
standard
type of song.
Government mandated features.
Yeah, I think that Future could have done a lot better. I think I think him and Thug are the two best trap artists of all time.
Yeah, I agree.
And so I was just kind of disappointed with his verse. Travis, just standard, didn't.
Future has just like solidified himself where sometimes I think he just phones it in. Yeah. And this is one of those times, just really sleepy, really slow. And I think it's a good beat, but I don't think anyone did anything with it. And it's way too long. Like this is like one of the could be the longest song on the album. It's like almost 4 minutes long when we have other tracks that are like less than 2 minutes. Yeah. I don't know why they decided to make this one so long, but not a standout track. Next one, Good Credit though.
Good Credit.
The final Kendrick feature, 3 of 3. I think it's pretty good.
I really liked it. I think Carti's first verse is his best verse on the album.
Really?
Something about his flow on that. The first time I listened, I started like jumping around. I think he just meshed really well with it. And then I really liked how it transitioned to Kendrick, and I thought Kendrick really did his thing. I mean, he switched flows multiple times. I have heard some people say it's bad and they didn't like it, and I understand. You know, Kendrick in a Carti song just doesn't sound right. And
I think it worked though.
But I agree. I think it worked.
I think once again they matched each other's energy. I didn't have any doubts that Kendrick would be able to flow on beats like this, but. I really enjoyed the energy he brought to it. It reminded me a lot of Euphoria. I think he used some similar flows that he used on Euphoria, but just a fun verse, you know. I think it's one of the most exciting performances on the album. Yeah, like from anyone, Carti included. I
completely agree.
Nothing like crazy lyrically, no disses or anything really. Just him being like, yeah, I'm the best in the game right now.
Exactly.
Just continuing on his victory lap, which is cool to hear on a Carti album.
Always. Next is I See You, Baby Boy.
So this is another sound from Carti. I don't really know how to describe it. It's like the same vibe as like we were talking about Different Day, the first single he released for this album. It's like kind of like this floaty, like he's using that baby voice. What did you think?
I wasn't a huge fan personally. Really? I have seen some people that were really big fans of it and really enjoyed it.
I'm one of those people.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried to re-listen a few times, and I think I need to re-listen again just to get like a final opinion on it. But off of my first couple listens, I wasn't a huge fan. But what do you have to say?
I'm really big on Carti when he's in this like almost like kind of EDM sounding production. Like when this song first came on, it's like it sounds so much more like lush and full than anything else on the album. So I think like production value wise, this might be like the best produced song. But yeah, I love when he's just sort of like floating over this like dreamy, like upbeat sounding thing, and it reminds me of some of the less like hard hitting songs on Whole Lotta Red that I really enjoyed. We didn't see a whole lot of this Carti. There's so many different Cartis on this album. Like there isn't like one standout type of performance he's giving. Yeah. Which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, but I really enjoy this sound from him. But like we were saying, like when you have so many different bags that you pull from in your songs, like people are bound to have different opinions.
Of course.
So this is one of my favorites, but
hey, to each their own, and I think that's the most impressive thing about Carti's discography. Like
absolutely,
we talked about. But then he goes back to that Travis Scott kind of just
that dark sound on Wake Up Filthy,
normal type of sound, and I do think this was probably the best Travis Scott featured song. I did enjoy this one, but it wasn't like a huge.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminded me of Meltdown a lot. It's also produced by Benny X, so that's probably why. But if you listen to those two beats, they're very similar. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a leftover from Utopia. Yeah. Because it has that very similar like dark sound. And I think Travis did a good job. He fit in really well here. I don't think he did anything that crazy on this album at all. But I say it's an above average Travis feature.
I agree.
And I think Carti did a good job on this one too.
Like I think it was a good song. It was the best of the Travis Scott ones. And I do listen to it a pretty consistent amount. So yeah, it was a solid song.
Yeah, moving on to Jumpin', we have an Uzi feature, which pretty anticipated collab. They've had a sort of prophesized collab album that they were supposed to make for years.
1629.
It's never come out. Nope. Probably won't ever come out. But they have some of the most iconic collabs in recent history. And so how does this stand up to those? It doesn't.
No. It doesn't. I mean, it's hard to stand up to a level of like Shuda woke up like this.
But they could have done a better job.
Yeah, I think
way better job.
It was still a good song, but it just wasn't even close to the level of what they could do.
Uzi comes on talking about Pink Tape, which is an album that came out like 2 years ago. Like, why are we talking about Pink Tape in
Yeah.
2025. I think they said like Tony Tiger great
That
as
was
like a
one of his
rhyme.
bars,
And just
Yeah.
not a great Uzi performance. Not crazy.
Not nothing compared to their past.
Yeah, this feels like such a throwaway that just got put on, so Carti could say, "Oh, Uzi's on the album," but yeah, not a great song.
Yeah.
Moving on to Trim, we have another standout feature from Future.
Yeah.
Complete polar opposite from the other Future feature. Like, he comes on, like, I think this is the best feature on the album.
I can definitely agree. I think he established, like, yeah, this is why I am the best trap artist. He really did his thing when he came on. His flow fit really well with the song, and I thought it was just a really, really, really good feature.
Yeah, I think if like the beat was a little bit more interesting, like this would have been like everyone would have been talking about this song. I think the beat's like pretty standard, like trap production that you hear Future on all the time. But if it was a little bit more interesting, like this song would have been like insane, like one of the best on the album. But yeah, really solid song. Future carried, I think.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Next up is Nose.
There we go. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. I think, have you seen this stuff about how the beat is chopped and it's got from an old song?
I haven't seen anything about how it was produced.
Yeah, I saw some stuff about it. I'll have to show you the video, but I thought the beat was really cool.
I think the beat's insane.
We
we were talking about like how Pop Out was like an evolution of the Whole Lotta Red sound. I think this is like the true, like, this is like such a step up from that. Like this feels like next level.
Yeah.
Like just perfection of that sound. Like insane beat. Who produced this? Filthy. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I just need it to grow on me the same way Whole Lotta Red did, because the beat is so good. I'm just having like some trouble with his flow on the song.
That's fair.
That's one of my most important, when I listen to a hip hop song, I need a good flow. I need it to match with the beat. And he's just like,
Carti's flows are weird sometimes. Like on something like Radar, like you get like a pretty standard performance. There's like, I feel like anyone could probably enjoy that. But like he'll do like really weird stuff, like very short bursts of words and stuff like that. And it takes a while to get into and get used to, because it's not like what a lot of other people do would do on a beat like this. But this is one of my favorites on the album.
Really?
Like, the energy is absolutely insane.
It is, and no one can knock that, even if they hate the song. I mean, the beat with him, he's raging in the studio pretty much. It's I think it's like he clearly loved the song and was really into it, and I think that's just another one that I have to let grow on me for a little bit before I really start to enjoy it the same way I have with Pop Out.
Yeah, that's valid. All right, moving on to We Need All the Vibes. Very jarring transition from Nose. This doesn't fit, I don't think. I don't think this fits the album.
It doesn't fit the album. I think it's a really good song.
Yeah.
But it was a Thug throwaway with Gunna. It was just really random. And I saw Carti, I believe, posted on Instagram saying this is what delayed the album. He was trying to get clearance on the Thug feature.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I understand wanting Young Thug on your album, because Young Thug is, like we were saying, like one of the goats of trap music. But why do it like this, you know? Why do it last second? Why pull a song that isn't even yours and just throw yourself on it? I mean, I think it's a good song. I just don't think it fits the album at all.
I think it's a really good like summer song.
Like it sounds like something you'd hear on like a Young Thug album.
Yes, exactly.
Sounds super polished production, super polished vocals, not anything like anything else on this album.
No,
so I don't know why it's here. It's a good song though. Like everyone's gonna be bumping it all summer.
Yeah,
but
I agree. Me and my friends have already started listening to it a lot. I think Ty Dolla $ign, ever since all the Vulture stuff has happened, has really established himself as someone that can fit on a lot of songs.
Yeah.
I thought he did good on this song. I think Carti did decent on the song.
Yeah.
It's a really good like summer song. It's a good, but it does not fit with the album at all, especially to go from Nose right to that and then to Olympian after.
Incredibly jarring.
Yeah.
Talking about Olympian, what did you think of this one?
I really liked Olympian.
Yeah. This felt like not exactly the same, but that same like floaty, like kind of EDM sounding vibe that I was talking about. This feels more similar to like something like Woke Up Like This or like Magnolia, Long Time, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Such a great like iconic Carti sound, but he brought his like modern spin on it. Like the one thing I can say about this album that I really commend is it doesn't sound like anything else in his catalog performance-wise. Like, and that's really cool. Like every time he's going back to an older sound, he's putting a new spin on it, which is really cool. And this is one of my favorite songs on the album.
Yeah,
straight vibes.
Off of my first listen, it wasn't one of my favorites, but as I've kept listening, like it's slowly grown and grown and grown on me, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I love this one.
And then he goes to Opium Baby.
Opium Baby, one of the most polarizing songs. I when I heard this, I was like, okay, like everyone's gonna be clowning on this, but I've seen people say that this is genius.
Me too.
Like this is a genius piece of music. Like, and I can't agree. Like I've tried. I've listened to it so many times, and this song is they spam you with gunshot sound effects and Swamp Izzo tags, and it's it sounds like a joke.
Yeah,
like it sounds like a joke song.
It sounds like someone was just like slamming on a soundboard over and over and just had all these sound effects going. But I have seen people like, I've listened to so much underground music like this.
I don't know if they're joking or not, but I guess if you like that amount of stuff going on in your ears, like sure.
It feels like brain rot. Almost.
Yeah, it feels like a brain rot, like TikTok audio. And it's funny. Like I laugh when I listen to it, and like funnily enough, I think Carti did like he's not bad on it, but like it's just the production is just insane. Like
it like gives me a headache.
Blasting your brain with sounds. So I don't really know what the vision was. Apparently, it resonates with some people. So there you go. But very weird song.
Yeah, very.
Another weird song after that, Twin Trim. Doesn't even have Carti on it.
Doesn't have. It's just all
pulling a Kanye move with that one.
Yeah,
putting a song that you're not even on the album. Just it's fine.
I really enjoy the song. I think it's really Eternal to Take vibe Uzi.
Yeah.
That's what it really reminded me of. It reminded me of like that quarantine type of timing.
Yeah.
I'm mad that it was only a minute and 30 seconds and had a minute long intro. So
I think they could have had like a pretty solid collab on this, but Carti's not even on it. And stuff like that is just another reason why it feels like this album is kind of rushed, which is insane because supposedly it was worked on for 4 years. And so how do you get rushed, unfinished songs on an album like that? I don't know. I think it's okay.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I think I listen to it pretty consistently, but I mean, they could have done a lot more with it. Like if you have Eternal to Take Uzi, I mean, that's probably one of my favorite times in music right there. That's one of my favorite eras of an artist. And for him to only rap 30 seconds on it and no Carti on it at all, that was just kind of frustrating.
Yeah, just a weird choice. On to the next one, though, like Wheezy. I think this is another highlight.
I agree. It almost sounds like he's just having a fun time in the studio while he's making this, and I think everyone that listens to it shares that same experience.
Yeah. It's like another insane like sample-based beat, which I love that sound from Carti. I don't think I've heard a single bad song with that sound yet. And yeah, he just fit perfectly on it.
Agreed. It was like a beat made for him. It was one of the best songs on the album. I've seen a lot of like TikToks and stuff with it too, so I think it's one of the most popular ones. And I think, like I said, it's just because people have fun while they're listening to it. It's another like summer vibe type of song, but unlike
it fits a lot better compared to We Need All the Vibes. Like this doesn't feel out of place somehow. I don't know how he pulled that off, but it fits, and I think it's really cool.
I agree. And then he goes to This One Got It. It's okay.
It's all right. Again, I'm not a big fan of the pitch down vocals.
I liked it, but I mean, I've seen people say it's like one of the best songs on the album.
Really?
And simply, I just don't agree with that.
I think it's just generic.
I agree.
The beat especially just sounds like something you'd hear on YouTube. It sounds like a throwaway song. Hook is really repetitive.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's all right. The next one is Walk. Once again, more pitch down vocals. Pretty forgettable song.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I liked it, but I mean, I just don't have much to say about it because I don't. It doesn't stand out to me that much.
Yeah.
It was just.
I think this
solid.
back half of the album is where it gets like really inconsistent,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because in the next song we get to is Hood by Air, and that's one of the best songs on this album.
Yeah, it was one of his like Instagram releases, and everyone loves that song.
Absolutely crazy.
And he
Whole way
really
through.
does his thing.
Yeah. I think this is one of the ones that like really hooked everyone to the modern Carti sound, where I was like, okay, like he has something here.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean there's much to say about it. Like crazy beat. Didn't this have like a Destroy Lonely feature on it when it first came out?
I don't think so. I think it was always just him.
Really?
Maybe
Okay.
I'm remembering it wrong. But yeah.
Speaking of them, it's surprising that none of them are on this album.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's kind of just like a running bit at this point. Like he's not willing to put anyone on his label on his own songs.
Yeah.
I don't really know why. I mean, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of any of them, but you know, it's good to support the people that are on your own label.
Yeah.
Like in a lot of Kendrick's work, we'd see TD people on it all the time. But Carti just doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, not Carti. I mean, yeah, even like Drake, he gets all the OVO people on it. Even the terrible ones like Smiley and stuff. He finds a way, but Carti has these artists that are already pretty established, and they're already like they are very similar to him, but he just doesn't want to have them on the album, I guess.
It is what it is. On to the next one, Overly.
See, for me, this is one of my favorite songs off the album. I don't know. I think it's just I really like the beat on it, and I just think
I think it's a good beat.
His flow on it is, I mean, it's produced by Molly Raw, which, I mean, classic. I believe, is it Shuda that has Molly Raw?
Yes.
I mean, so I think you get that old type of feature on it, and I just think
I just wasn't
really
a big
solid
fan
song.
of Carti on this one.
Okay.
Like I was saying, I don't really like the pitch down vocals, and it felt kind of like a little slow, and not my favorite type of performance from him.
Yeah.
But moving on to the last track, South Atlanta Baby. What do you think of this one?
I think it was pretty good.
It's a solid outro.
Yeah, it was well produced. I think it was a good outro. I don't listen to it that often, but I've seen a lot of people that are huge fans of it, and I thought it was a pretty good song.
I think my biggest issue with it is like it has like one of those happier sounding beats again, but then it sounds like he's giving a performance meant for like a darker beat.
Yeah.
So that juxtaposition doesn't work super well for me. But I think like his flows and everything are pretty good. Like it felt like he put a lot of effort into this one, so I think it's a solid outro song.
I agree. It's a lot better than Pop Out as the intro song. I think it fits the spot a lot better.
All right. After this break, we're going to give our final thoughts on the album. Stay tuned.
For Mid-Michigan's best selection of hip-hop and R&B.
Do you like the way it sounds?
Beat's fire.
I love the beat.
I listen to it on the way to work.
They have the best music.
Do you like the way it sounds?
In Central Hip Hop Hour, our discussion about hip-hop Fridays at 6.
Do you like the way it sounds?
You're listening to 101.1 The Beat.
You know the future of the bounce. I can hear the crowd so loud.
Welcome back to Triple H Hip Hop Hour on the Beat. We're going to be going over some of our top songs off of the album.
Yeah. I got like a list of 5 I think are my favorite.
Yep.
I got Radar, I See You Baby Boy, Nose, Like Wheezy, and Hood by Air.
Okay.
Pretty consistent with what I was saying. Those are just, I think, standouts in terms of his performance and production. Just really, really fun songs with Nose and Hood by Air and Radar. We have like some of the hardest songs in Carti's career, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's gotten so much more aggressive with his vocal performances, and so much more like with fluctuating with the way he says his words and stuff like that. So much more chaotic with his flows, and sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But I think in like these standout tracks, he really, really got in that bag and really perfected that sound.
Yeah, I agree. I think those are really good 5. Mine are Hood by Air, Crank, Toxic, Evil Jordan, and Good Credit. I think the more that I listen to this album, the more that my top 5 will shift around. And I think that's how it'll be for pretty much everyone, just because
there's so many different sounds on it.
Yeah, it grows on you so differently. I mean, that's how every album works. First listen, I think it's pretty common. First listen, every album's always like, this is mid, but then as you keep listening, it grows on you, and you start to hear more things. And so I think that the more I listen to the album, it'll shift and it'll change.
Yeah. But coming in with expectations always like changes how you view an album. And this, while there are sounds that are similar to what Carti's done before, we've never gotten an album from him like this before.
Yeah.
I do think like overall as an album, it's very inconsistent. I think I take less issue with like exploring different sounds than I do just it feels like I was saying, it feels rushed in some areas. Like songs feel unfinished. One song doesn't even have Carti on it. I think this could have used some more polish. Especially the fact that it needed like mixing updates after it came out. It was being finished up. It was like 8 hours late. It kind of indicates that this wasn't given the full attention that such an anticipated studio album should. There's a lot of music here, but it's not all like locked in.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. I think it's definitely Carti's worst album. I still think it's a really good album, but I think that's just because I am such a big Carti fan. When you're a big fan of an artist, it pretty much doesn't matter what they drop. You're going to find a way to enjoy it. Yeah,
it's cool to just hear them make music again.
Exactly. And I mean, I had to wait almost 4 or 5 years for this album, so I just wanted new music, and I got new music. And
you got music.
I thought there were a lot of good high points on this album. So I think for my final score, if I'm gonna put my fan like goggles aside, I would probably say like a 7. 7 out of 10. I still think obviously the album was unfinished, and he could have done a lot better, but I can't personally, like with my fan goggles on, I think it's like a 9 or a 10, just because I think 30 songs with only like a couple misses is just really impressive, and I enjoyed it so much. But I mean, realistically, I just like a 7.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I've never been the biggest Carti fan. I didn't get into his music until after Whole Lotta Red had already come out. So this is interesting for me to hear. I'm a fan of his old catalog, and I would agree with you. I think this is the worst album he's released. And like I was saying, as a whole album, as a whole project, I don't think it's cohesive or consistent enough to like stand up to anything he's made before, or really anything we've heard in mainstream recently. Like our favorite albums we talked about last time, like stuff like GNX. As far as like consistency, they're just on so different spectrums. But on the other hand, there's so much good music on here. Like I think there is an amazing album in this track list. It's just the whole package for me. I'd give it like a 6 out of 10, I think. Like as a whole listen through, but it's pretty much been the only thing I'm listening to since it came out. So that tells you something. It's not bad by any means.
No. And I think anyone who comes out and is like, oh, this album's terrible, Carti's terrible, they just weren't a fan of Whole Lotta Red. And they came into this somehow expecting him to go back to that die-lit self-titled era somehow.
I didn't think that was ever going to happen.
And it won't ever happen. That's just not who he is anymore. His music's completely different. So if you came into that album expecting him to somehow go back to that, then you're not going to like the album. But if you enjoyed Whole Lotta Red and you enjoyed what he was releasing on Instagram and expected new stuff from him, then I think you'll really enjoy this album.
I think this is it's comparable to Whole Lotta. I think it's worse than Whole Lotta Red, but it's comparable in some ways because Whole Lotta Red is another really long track list that I think is fairly inconsistent. But yeah, I think he really did his thing on a lot of parts of this album.
I agree.
I think we got to give him props for that. Not his best work, but
No.
he's fed his fans for a long time with this. 30 tracks.
30, yes.
Lots of different sounds. Is it even worth mentioning the fact that he's hyping up another album now?
No, it's not.
Because that's not going to come out
No.
anytime soon. It doesn't matter what he wants you to think.
Yeah,
but
I don't even want to think about another album right now.
Yeah.
Let's
be content with what we have.
Uh-huh.
Let's not pretend that Carti's dropping anytime soon.
Absolutely not.
But yeah, I think the most we can hope for at this point is that he drops these bonus songs. He's been doing like digital deluxe versions to boost his first week sales. So we'll hope that those songs come out because they're some of his best unreleased songs.
Yes.
But until then, we have music. We can live with it, appreciate it.
Yes.
We finally have new Carti after over 4 years.
I'm so thankful. I talked about it on the last episode. I had no idea when this was going to happen. So I'm at least thankful we got the album.
Me too. We appreciate you listening. If you have any suggestions for future episodes, let us know at WMHW-FM on Instagram. And we'll see you next week.
All right. Have a good week.